the year, close to 40%, and a beautiful beginning for Army.
Yeah, that's their glue girl right there, and she has come up in very high-pressure games.
Underneath, easy opportunity for Ella Stemmer. Couldn't put it in, second of this team in scoring. There you see the conundrum trying to defend Lehigh. If you come out to guard all the three-point shooters, there's a lot of real estate underneath the bucket.
You're going to have to really stay honest and be able to guard one-on-one. And think about Lehigh. They're bigger. They're going to look to pound it in.
Well, their five starters all 5'10" or taller. On the drive, Tade with 5 straight to begin for Army.
This is why I love championship time. You don't know who's going to step up. Tade here is definitely feeling it.
And the sophomore from Southlake, Texas, Carroll High School, averages 8 per game and a quick 5 to begin here for the Black Knights. Entry pass for Albrecht. Gathers it back, 10 on the shot clock. Now dribbles out the alley-oop. And contact there, Hardy will pick up the personal foul, trying to defend Willie Fandra.
Cameron Tade here does a nice job just staying aggressive, getting to the rim here. No pressure, championship. Doesn't feel that flustering sensation that a lot of people feel in the beginning of a game like this.
Opening there from deep for Megan O'Brien, senior from Centerville, Virginia. Yeah, the top 7 scorers from last year for Lehigh all returned. Addie Messier, Nature League Coach of the Year, able to keep everybody intact. And this group's had a terrific year. Ostick can't hit it. Loose on the deck and the scrum fourth. Kaya Smith going down. Albrecht finally tied up. See, Maggie Timon, leader of this officiating crew, along with Talisa Green and Mark Resch with the held basketball.
And
the Lehigh ball.
And games like this are determined by these 50-50 balls. Who can get to it first? You're going to see everybody really hustling here. A lot to play for.
Colleen McQuillan, point guard and leader for this group. The engine, Addie Messier calls her. Number 31 in brown and white.
Her nickname is Hoops. Loves the game.
Albrecht on the attack. Contact there, tangled with Cameron Tade, who will pick up the second foul. This Army team, elite here at home, 16-1. Only lost to Colgate by 4 in early January. So here at Stable Arena, it has been a challenge to outfox the Mountain Hawks on the restart underneath. McQuillan in for Albrecht.
That's a really nice job by Albrecht, and a good out-of-bounds call there for Lehigh.
And the 5th year from Billings, Montana. Averaging about 16 per game, able to get the first points, and now Army turns it over.
Maddie Albrecht having a breakout season, the player we've been talking about so far. This is too easy for her. She's that deep in the lane. She can isolate herself at 6 foot. She can really get underneath. She goes out and plays the guard position. She's super versatile.
First team All-League, first team All-Defensive team, scholar athlete of the year in the league as well. And Stemmer able to twist in for 2. She was second team All-Patriot League.
That's
so
what
top 2 scorers, Julianne, getting going here for Lehigh.
And that's where that one-on-one defense is going to be really pivotal for Army. Stemmer goes one-on-one there. And they're going to look to try to create mismatches. That's going to be important for Army to be able to guard the mismatches.
Well, we mentioned top scoring defense in the league in Army, but Lehigh cut them up 90 points in the win at West Point, and then 76 here in another win at Stabler in February.
Not easy to hang 90 on Army, too, with the way they've defended this year.
Only giving up 55.5 points per game on average. Deep in the shot clock, McQuillan will take it from long range, can't hit. Army's one thing it can hang its hat on, rebounding, and second in the league in rebound margin. And that's not necessarily a strength of this Lehigh squad. Reese Erickson hits the 3.
And that's what Reese Erickson does well. And if Army can continue to spread the floor out and look for that 3, that's important.
McQuillan able to get a step and finish with the lefty layup. Senior from Cresskill, New Jersey, second season with the Mountain Hawks after her first 2 played at Fordham. High octane opening stretch here. Army by 2 at 8-6. Kaya Smith Has it deflected away by O'Brien. Albrecht on the run out. Gets it to go.
And that could be a real problem for Army. Lehigh can force turnovers. They forced BU into 20 the other day in the quarterfinals. I mean, this is a team that will force turnovers, and a live ball turnover is a problem. Lehigh can create offense that way.
Holy Cross committed 23 turnovers. Lehigh got 31 points off them in the semifinal win, as the Mountain Hawks were able to knock out the two-time defending Patriot League tournament champs. Erickson trying to pull up from the foul line, lost her footing but got the pass away. Loose again, held basketball, and Army this time will retain it. First set of subs to come in. Brooke Wilson and Soleil Montrose for Army. Sam Tilson comes in. A couple of freshmen and a sophomore. And Lehigh bringing in Whitney Lynn, Grayson Levette, a pair of gifted sophomores for this Lehigh squad.
Lehigh is very deep. I mean, you look down their bench and they don't skip a step with their substitution pattern.
Trying to whip it inside of the 6'1" freshman Tilson, and a giveaway, but Lehigh gives it right back. Albrecht laying out to try to save it on the end.
People say you want to play fast. We play really fast. So that really means offense, and they play in that motion style system where it's really difficult to guard, because you've got to just be able to guard a system, because the plays, you can't really scout plays. So they have really thrived in that system under Coach Messier here.
And she talked about always want to play with great pace and space, as you alluded to, but the defense turned up this year. Been a big reason they've had success too when the shots aren't falling. 0 of 2 from long range, 4 of 7 overall. Army 3 of 6 after that miss, but Black Knights have hit both from beyond the arc thus far.
Well, you get tired legs at the end of the season, so your defense is going to have to carry you at times.
Certainly been the case for both of these teams in the tournament to this point. There's Levette, sophomore from San Rafael, California, kicks it back from McQuillan. 6 left on the timer. Albrecht trying to drive in. Good hands from freshman Brooke Wilson. That's touched out. It belongs to the Black Knights. Kaya Smith returns. And Trinity Hardy does as well. Two of the key cogs for this Army team. Just one senior, one junior in Hardy and Erickson. The rest freshmen and sophomores. And for Missy Traversy, maybe a lot of folks thought they were ahead of schedule. She thought they had a chance to be good, and they have been.
Yeah, Reese Erickson told us when we talked to her yesterday that they're doing it for one player, Trinity Hardy. They are here to play for her and to try to get a win for her as their lone senior. But important to note, they've not been here.
Smith knifing in, can't get it down off the window. Rebound to Albrecht.
I think Kaya Smith is a real key. She's an X factor for Army. He's got to have a big game here.
In the paint, O'Brien on the turnaround, side rim popping out. Brooke Wilson driving baseline, stymied by Stemmer. Over for Montrose, kick out, Hostek. Too strong, and Stemmer able to clear it. Underneath, McQuillan able to cut in, post up, and score with ease.
Yeah, that's that backside. You've got to be able to defend the cutting from the Mountain Hawks. That's what they do well, so you've got to read and react.
Lehigh watching Army come back quickly and tie it. Trinity Hardy going strong, what she's done throughout her career.
The Army's been able to have an answer, and that's important when you play a team of Lehigh's caliber with their offense.
7th leading scorer in the Patriot League, 13.5 per game for Trinity Hardy. Gets her first bucket, and we're deadlocked at 10. Trying to find Albrecht on the block. Montrose, good hands, tipped it back out. Albrecht can't hit the corner through.
But you can see Lehigh, they're really trying to get Army to switch a lot of those screens so they can create mismatches underneath.
And Army on offense wanted to share the basketball. Missy Traversy talking to us. Can't be one-on-one. We need to get paint touches and live ball turnovers. They are deadly against Lehigh with its ability to get points off the giveaways. There's Hardy underneath, able to twist her way in for the 2 off the window.
Really good patience there from Army, and they got a good look from Trinity Hardy. A lot of people touching the basketball.
Missy Traversy liking the way her team has come out here early.
And this is just a really nice pass here from Levette. And then at the other hand, Trinity Hardy doing a great job just hustling down low, moving without the basketball, and they found her.
Yeah, Army subs with Erickson and Tade returning. Taylor Wilson in for the first time. She and Brooke Wilson, sisters from Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania. Both finding their way to the academy. Long range there from O'Brien. And the rebound out to Tate. 0-4 is Lehigh from beyond the arc thus far. And top 35 in the nation in made threes. About 8 per game for the Mountain.
Yeah, not like them. So a little bit of a cold start here from 3, but they're finding other ways to score.
Yeah, they average just 26% from deep, just 5 threes in the first 2 rounds of the Patriot League tournament. But again, still finding ways to win. Primarily fueled with great defense and inside opportunities offensively. Erickson, switch out there for O'Brien. Tade puts it on the deck, trying to kick back to the corner in Taylor Wilson, and that's tapped out by Lehigh. Jesse Ozato, sophomore from Algonquin, Illinois, checks in for the first time. And a breather here for McQuillan. Intercept. Andre got it. Couldn't do much with it as she was falling out of bounds.
Yeah, but a good job there. And you've got to really be careful not to telegraph your passes against Lehigh's defense. You can see they're very long. They communicate well. A lot of pass fakes, ball fakes. That's what you've got to do against them.
Just 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Does Army realize it? Erickson goes back to Smith. Didn't get it off in time. They're gonna count it for now. Then they can go back and review it at the next stoppage. But it seemed live that it was after the shot clock.
Yeah, I agree. It was really close.
So for the moment, it's a 4-point lead for Army. Underneath, a cutting O'Brien and a sweet setup from Albrecht.
See, that's that backdoor cut, and O'Brien does a nice job there, reading that she's being covered really tight and goes backdoor. You've got to know she's going to do that.
Tade wheeling in. Back out high for Wilson. Erickson found a seam. Floater is good. The junior from Lake Oswego, Oregon, out near Portland. Second of his team in scoring at about 11 points per game.
I love the way Erickson plays with so much heart.
Final stretch here, opening quarter. O'Brien, entry, Fandre. Yes! Super execution at the end of the quarter for Lehigh. And Addie Messier talks about how everything's tied in with the community here, the baseline club at Lehigh, professors, everybody else getting involved. You also notice the score here, Julianne. The officials went back. That one shot by Kaya Smith of Army that we thought was after the shot clock had expired. They're able to review that in between quarters. They did. It was after that. So wave off the bucket, and we're even here to begin the second quarter. Lehigh on the attack, and there's McQuillan able to get a step and find success in the paint. In Army, 6 of 11 in the early going, but turnovers plaguing the Black Knights, 4 of them. Lehigh's cashed in a couple of times and getting buckets off those Army miscues. Erickson on the attack, kick out for Hardy. Not able to hit it. Tade battling McQuillan for the rebound. Loose again in our third held ball here. in the opening 10+ minutes.
A good hustle there. You know Army is going to go after the offensive glass. That's what they do well. You've got to be able to put bodies on people because they capitalize off the second and third chance opportunities as a team. We mentioned their rebounding.
Already taking some time to get it in. Erickson in traffic battling for it. And I believe they say she stepped out of bounds, so it's going to be Lehigh ball.
And Lehigh just plays that tenacious defense here out of bounds. You see their heads are on a swivel. And this is a difficult position to put Reese Erickson in. She's in a weird spot on the side of the court, and two players are going to sandwich her there. She really had nowhere to go.
And now Lehigh gifting it right back. Third turnover on the Mountain Hawks, 5 on Army. Well, if Army's going to have success in this game, need to make the most of opportunities, especially second chances. How about those offensive rebound differentials?
It's crazy.
From the playoff?
Yeah, that's been their key. That has been their calling card all season. So they've got to continue to crash the glass or get Trinity Hardy the basketball like that, get her to the rim. But that's going to be really important for them.
Lehigh able to do a good job there of denying Kaya Smith, who's one of the best offensive rebounders in the league. Had 6 boards herself in the semifinal win against Bucknell, but unable to get one that time. Long-range attempt is good. Albrecht drops it home. What a transformation from a backup deep on the bench her first few years to a star and the leading scorer this year.
Right, she's gotten better and better each season. Now really one of the better scorers in the league. She's just taken on that opportunity and stayed patient, and it's come.
Bostic from the baseline. Albrecht back for the rebound. Former track star in high school in Montana. You see that speed with the ball in her hand up the floor. And there's McQuillan going strong.
Yeah, McQuillan, the Fordham transfer. Passing, it was just such a shock to the community, but boy, it was a sad story. It really was, but they really rallied behind the team, the organization, and the Army, really.
And Dave McGarity was an assistant to veteran men's and women's basketball coach, ended up taking stewardship of the program and led them to great heights, winning Patriot League tournament titles in 2014 and 2016, before leaving the program in the capable hands of Missy Traversi, who has this group back in the Patriot League final for the first time since 2016. Great defense there from Lehigh, leading to the shot clock violation.
Yeah, and that's where Lehigh, we've talked about their offense a lot, but their defense has really been what's carried them through this season, and they have really made it tough here for Army to get good looks and good opportunities on the offensive end.
See that run for Lehigh. 11 straight in the last 3.5 minutes. And on the inside, contact there. It's Fandre hitting the deck. Foul on Hastic. Her first. And the opening foul on the Black Knights here in quarter number 2. Fandre going to get to the free throw line, as it isn't enough that Lehigh can punish you with threes and interior offense.
It's important that Army tries to keep this game lower scoring. You don't want this thing to get to 75 points, or it's going to really favor Lehigh for sure.
Yeah, that's the other reason we're talking about. They're second best in the strike this year, 80.5% efficiency. And that lengthens the lead out to 8. With 7 and change left to go here before the break. Who can end this scoring drought for the Black Knights? Montrose backing her way in, can't get it down. Levette pulls it back out. Our first look at Belle Bramer, first year from Los Gatos, California, number 12 for Lehigh, part of the Patriot League All-Rookie team. Corner look, Fandre. Yes!
That's really good patience and textbook ball reversal. And Lily Fandre having herself a game.
Lehigh still attacking. The run extended here for the Mountain Hawks. Get ready to witness thrills and spills in the most intense race on water as the Rolex Los Angeles Sail Grand Prix sets sail today, 5 Eastern on CBS Sports Network.
This is where Army can really get themselves in trouble when they go through these long droughts. We've seen them do this a little bit throughout the season, and they'll go minutes without scoring. You can't do that against Lehigh.
Tade able to finally stem the tide. Scoreless drought of over 4 minutes for the Black Knights, and Tade has been doing a lot of the good offensive work for this group. She's got 7 to pace Army thus far.
Now, can Army force some turnovers themselves to get out and run and get some easier looks?
Five left on the shot clock. Fandre. Hostic able to tie her up. Strong work in the held ball for Army.
But Lily Fandre has had a great performance here. Good penetration and pitch, and that is what is going to be available. Grayson Lovick finding that opportunity off the dribble.
Fandre going to get a breather. O'Brien returning. Albrecht back in as well. Spelling Ozato. And the arrow favoring Lehigh. Just 3 seconds left in the shot clock. They get it in. Did they get it off? Did not. Shot clock violation.
A better defensive effort there from Army to force a tough shot. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that you need. You need to get stops and, of course, continue to try to score with Lehigh. That's going to take a lot of energy.
Albrecht being aggressive in the backcourt. Picks up the personal. Her first, just the second in the game on the team of Lehigh. Hardy trying to cut through.
I thought she was open there. She had the look.
Then Hardy surging to the paint. No opening there. 9 left on the shot clock. Hostic trying to go to the corner. Hands there from Hoops. McQuillan with the theft. And a good backtrack by Tade to knock it out.
Lehigh just making it so hard for Army to get in the lane, and then they're just all over the place here. And really terrific anticipation from what you said, Hoops. Colleen McQuillan getting in the passing lane there, which leads to those winning plays down at the other end.
Army 1 of 5 shooting here in the quarter. Lehigh hasn't missed a shot. 4 of 4 from the floor here in this second period. First misfire, Bramer just a little short of the shot. Hostic going. Looking to get her own rebound. Smith does, but couldn't get it in. Smith still poaching underneath, but couldn't grasp it. It'll be Lehigh ball.
Lehigh's done a good job on the paint. I mean, they've not allowed Army to get much inside. Hostic's struggling right now to get open looks. Kaya Smith as well.
And a second offensive rebound there for Smith, but no second chance points thus far for Army. 1 of 7 the field goal shooting now here in this second period, 14% for the Black Knights. Albrecht underneath. And stepped out of bounds.
A good defense, because it is not easy to guard Lehigh. And Albrecht is moving without the basketball a lot. She's not sure where she is on the floor there, steps on the line.
Tate working to the front court. Missy Traversi with some instructions from the Army bench. Bramer trying to negate Hardy. Smith there. second chance points.
Yeah, those are the things Smith needs to do. She's got to focus on the rim protecting, on the second chance opportunities. That's all her.
And another held basketball arrow will favor Army this time around. Ahead on AT&T at the half. Joined by a special guest, Patriot League Commissioner Jennifer Heppel. We'll discuss all the exciting news in and around the Patriot League. Plus, we'll break down the first half of this championship game. That's all ahead on AT&T at the half. And Lehigh looking for its 5th Patriot League tournament title. First since 2021 when it beat BU in the championship game. And Army looking to win it all here in the league for the first time since 2016. There's Commissioner Heppel. Look forward to chatting with her coming up at the break. Hardy has a step. Can't get it. Smith, though, there doing what she does, pounding the offensive glass, and she'll go to the free throw.
And that's exactly her wheelhouse and where she's got to continue to focus. Last couple possessions, Smith's been in the mix.
Levette will return here for Bramer. And there's Kaya Smith from Lubbock, Texas. Mr. Traversi, when she came in last year, excited, said we found a diamond in the rough. Nobody was really recruiting her super hard. It'll come into West Point and love it. Kai told us the weather a little rough at times, what you're used to in Texas.
Yeah.
But finding her home.
And she's somebody that Mrs. Traversi told us really needs to step up offensively here today for them to be successful. She's been an X factor for them throughout the season, and she does a lot of those little things, but to score points for them, that really puts them over the edge when they get those tough wins.
And again, despite not shooting it great here in the court, they've clawed back within 5. Fandre for Levette. Ozado cutting through. Everything there but the finish. Hardy now, hesitation and attack and a finish for Trinity Hardy, the senior from Lakeland, Florida.
She's got to continue to lay it all out there. That is, she's got one of the quickest first steps on the floor. I don't think anyone can totally cover her one-on-one.
It was a step stymied her freshman year by a knee injury. Stemmer can't get it to go, and a collision there. In the battle for the rebound, Ozado hit the deck and a foul on Army.
And you talked about Hardy's knee injury. Well, she came back, got rid of the big bulky brace. She's really let herself go, and she's more herself. She came into the season with a different mindset. She told us she just wanted to give herself to the team. She knows she's the engine. She knows she's got to be the scorer, really, and the star. But because she's got a little more help around her this year, she said she feels less pressure to have to score every time.
And non-shooting foul there on Army, which is on an 8-0 run. O'Brien trying to end it and does. Again, the isolation plays for Lehigh underneath have been large here in the first 2 quarters.
Yeah, that's where they're longer, a little bit bigger down low.
Hardy able to use her speed and experience to slide on by for another key bucket.
That's exposing, I think, the Lehigh defense right there.
8 for Hardy, back to a 3-point game. Erickson and Smith both there defending against O'Brien. And it'll be a foul against Reese Erickson.
But this is where the Mountain Hawks, you see, they're looking to get it inside. I mean, that's where the matchups are causing some trouble for Army. It's forcing them to have to double team, which means somebody's going to be open if you can get out of the double.
Long distance attempt, Stemmer sticks it. Leads the team in made threes. And look out, if they start flowing, she can knock them down with regularity. Smith, nice catch inside. Leave off for Tate. Hostic from the corner. That's a 3. Fiona Hostic, top 10 in the league in made threes. Both teams starting to find the range from long range.
Starting to get hot.
Albrecht inside. Got her own rebound. Up strong again. Smith in the battle for it. Held ball to call. Arrow favoring the Mountain Hawks.
Ella Stemmer, real tough cookie. Addie Messier loves having her on the floor, knocks it down here, makes it look easy. And then at the other end, this is the scrum. We talked about the 50-50 balls. We talked about the hustle. You love to see both players getting after it. And I love the energy of Missy Traversy on the sideline.
And Traversy and company maybe exceeding expectations this year, putting themselves in position in the final, and Army's defense forcing the 5-second call on the inbound play.
Well, one thing you know about Army is the stuff that they do off the court. It creates a toughness that you can't really replicate anywhere else. And so this is a tough team.
And players with a minimum 5-year service commitment to the nation in exchange for their 4 years of education at the academy. And Hardy, man, she is schooling the Lehigh defense right now. Another strong surge to the bucket.
She's recognizing that is the vulnerability in the Lehigh defense. As good as Lehigh has been defensively all season long, Trinity Hardy is quicker than any of their guards. She's got this all day. So if you isolate her and you do a little 4-out, 1-in situation, she's going to get that every time.
Hardy now with 10, and Army at one point down 11 has a chance to snag the lead. Tade, good hustle play. Tade open for 3. Got it!
And Tade is playing with a lot of calmness here. She is knocking down whatever she is getting.
Look at this 18-5 surge for the Black Knights to vault themselves back in front. Tade matching Trinity Hardy with 10 to guide the way for the Black Knights. And now a foul on Army. On the interior. That'll be on Erickson, her second.
Army substitution number 3.
Erickson will come out.
Lehigh tends to do this, though, Jason. They tend to get teams in foul trouble the way they're able to go at you inside.
So Brooke Wilson and Erickson each with 2. Montrose back in to spell Erickson. Tail end of this second quarter. Not a lot of difference between game and shot clock. Albrecht trying to create. Tade badgering her. Albrecht can't get it down off the window. Strong rebound there for Kaya Smith. Orchestrating this defense, which didn't fare well against Lehigh in the regular season meetings, but's finding a little more success today. Talked to him before the game. Certainly some intrigue with him being back in the building as Army turns it over in the first possession. But a lot of history there is had experience at West Point. His dad worked at the academy for 20 years. Remembers going to football games as a kid. So that's an interesting backdrop to this rivalry game.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you wonder what's going on through all their minds, right? But he has done a great job at Army on the defensive side of the basketball. They are so much better on that end of the floor than they've been in a few years.
And it's the best defensive numbers scoring-wise since the last Patriot League title team back in 2016. Albrecht.
More than a few years, Jason.
Yeah. Well, remember that 2016 team, 29-3 that year. Their only losses were to Bucknell in league play, to Duke, and to a Final Four Syracuse team headlined by 3-time Patriot League Player of the Year, Kelsey Minato, who, if you remember,
yes,
Julianne,
I remember so
was
well.
so good, they hung her number in the rafters while she was still using it.
She was so much fun to watch. I mean, she would shoot the ball from half court. I mean, she was one of those types of snazzy players and just really fun to watch. What a season that was.
Gene Parker, yeah, Amy Ortner, some other key contributors to that group. And this latest Army squad, again, making this push back with 24 victories thus far this year. And Tade continues to light it up, knocking down her third 3. She's perfect on the afternoon, 5 of 5, including the 3 triples for 13 points. Underneath, That's Stemmer growing strong on the inside, and Kaya Smith looks to be the one to pick up the foul.
Lehigh's done a really good job getting to the free throw line here. That's been their bread and butter, where they've really been able to capitalize and knock some down there.
Second team all-league performer. And interesting finding out about Stemmer. Addie Messier says, you know, we never saw her play live in high school. They got a tape from Kim Barnes-Arico, encouraged Stemmer and her family to send something to Lehigh. Now, Coach, her husband played football at Lehigh. The connection made. Addie Messier and company liked what they saw. Sue Troyan, old coach here, and they brought her in, and she's been a fixture for this Lehigh team.
She's been their mama hen, they call her. Really a connector for this team and a leader.
Stemmer able to work the defensive glass, lead it up the floor. Now in the paint, has it knocked away. That's Tade being impactful again. Hardy flashing the other way, too strong. Hardy hitting the deck and getting back in the fray. Numbers here for Lehigh. Stemmer can't hit three, but Albrecht roaming in for the board. Hardy, non-stop aggression.
And some of these lazy passes can really come back to bite you. Well, they lucked out that time.
And Albrecht out of bounds. Well, we mentioned Stemmer and her path to Lehigh. She had an eventful night in the semifinal. Simone Foreman just making a basketball play on the inside. Boom! Right in the face of Stemmer, who came up and was missing something.
Yeah, I think so. A little visit from the Tooth Fairy, right? Oh, ouch.
For more on that, let's go to Paige.
Jason, Ella Stemmer embodies toughness, and that was on full display in the semifinal game. After getting that tooth knocked out, she immediately said two things. One, can I go back in? And second, should I start wearing a mouth guard now? To which Coach Messier responded, Ella, I think it's a little late for that. Ella did return to play that game, and she's already making a big impact today, showing off that big smile. Jason, back to you.
Yeah, certainly some work done after that game.
I gotta be honest, my dad is a dentist, and he would always say, you girls should wear those mouth guards, and we never wanted to. Looking at that, I think maybe we should have.
Well, Addie Messier will talk about this team and the close bonding. She mentioned that Stemmer went back in the game. She also mentioned when she was trying to communicate, she was talking with a little bit of a lisp, which I think her teammates were having some fun with.
At her. Oh yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, but she's put back together and a factor here for Lehigh in this championship game. Another tie-up held ball arrow headed the other way here in favor of the Mountain Hawks.
Army substitution number 33, Fiona Hastic.
Hastic coming back in for Kaya Smith. And both teams struggling to find good shooting range here in the third. 1 of 5 for Army. 0 of 4 from the floor thus far for the Mountain Hawks.
But keeping it a low-scoring affair favors Army. They want this to be low-scoring, a slug-it-out type of game.
And Mr. Traversi said we need to hold their big three to just 40. Stemmer and Vandre and Albrecht and the rest of the team to 20 to have a legit shot. That's McQuillan stepped on the end line after Hardy got a hand in.
Another good defensive possession. We heard Coach Traversi say we've got to stack stops. This is one of those stops. Just a good job getting a piece of the basketball there from Hardy. And you get a stop. And just like that, you're continuing to keep the lead. Now, can somebody find some offensive rhythm here to start this quarter?
That's turnover 11 on Lehigh, which averages about 14.5 per game. 33 in less than 4 minutes of this quarter against the Mountain Hawks. Tade surging in and a blocking foul call against McQuillan.
I like the way Cameron Tade is playing today. She's really asserting herself, playing with a sense of urgency, and she's letting the game come to her.
Non-shooting foul. Hardy will start it. On the underneath, out of bounds. In for Tade. Going again. What a fake and another critical bucket. 15 to lead all scorers for Cameron Tade.
Important to remember, Tade was a 2,000-point scorer in high school. wherever you go, you're going to find ways to score, even though she only averages about 8 or 9 points per game here.
Army up 5. Largest lead of the game. Beautiful cut there for Remy Sisselman, senior from Melbourne, New York, who started her career at Patriot League foe Bucknell, able to flash to the bucket for 2.
When Lehigh is patient and they're cutting and they're doing their thing offensively, they get good looks.
Hardy rushed into a shot, trying to come back with the steep. Lehigh able to get it up the floor. Albrecht, baseline, shut down by Erickson, but not enough. Albrecht able to wriggle free for 2.
Tough shot right there. What a play.
Halfway through this third quarter, 1-point game. Tate for Erickson. Outside, Hardy will try 3. Albrecht.
She's just been fighting for women's rights in the W now since she's taken over, but what an amazing person she is. And the WNBA has been lucky to have her.
Proud Lehigh alum.
She's here supporting.
Yeah, both of these programs tapped into the alum bases. A lot of proud ones looking on. Groundwork they set in their careers, fueling these teams right now in what's been a terrific game thus far. Again, 2 commanding wins for Lehigh in the regular season, but that's not the storyline this far. This has been a back and forth affair.
And when you get to this time, everybody knows each other so well. You have to keep reinventing yourself when you're playing the same teams over and over. It's not easy to win 3 times, Jason.
And that played out in the men's championship affair, won by American midweek at home in D.C. Navy had beaten the Eagles twice. And it was a resounding win for AU in the men's title game. Underneath, Whitney Lynn caught it. And a foul underneath on Kaya Smith first. It'll be the second on the Army sophomore.
Whitney Lynn showing her athleticism there, her ups. One of their subs off the bench that can really fly around and very athletic. You know, Coach Missier told us her sophomore class is maybe their most competitive class. They might not get all the accolades and be the top in terms of their lineup, but they come in there and they just compete. She's one of those players. They go out and just do, she told us.
Just trying to clean up a little debris or spot on the floor. As Lynn waits at the free throw line. Mark Resch to Lisa Green, just making sure they have everything cleaned up to their liking. There's a look at the sophomore from Florence, Kentucky. Her career high 13-point outing came against Army at West Point. 5 of 5 shooting in that contest. 2 threes earlier in the campaign. Averaging about 6 per game. Knocking down the free throw.
I think that was the dad section we saw over there. They have like a dad section at Lehigh.
Their daughters are doing good things, including snagging the lead back. Kaya Smith twisting in that battle of number 30s. Stripped out by Levette. 14 left to shoot here for Army. In Lehigh, big numbers in the turnover force category. Quarterfinals and the semifinals, not as many thus far. In fact, because Hardy's been able to keep possession and finish with authority.
She has been, and they've taken care of the basketball a lot better after the first quarter, where they struggled a little bit. And they started to play within themselves. They slowed the pace in their minds, and that's important. You can play a little too fast for your own self.
Lynn able to get the lay-in on the inside. Brooke Wilson, kick out for Tate. Hardy. Working strong into the paint. Gets it to go. Oh, the English on that forceful attempt for Trinity Hardy.
She's just going one-on-one. I mean, she has been battling anyone who's guarding her. She's getting to the paint.
14 now for Hardy. Army back in front, and a walk called on Lehigh.
But Trinity Hardy has really shown that nobody can stop her off the dribble. Showing this explosiveness, her ability to cross over. The ball control here. Just does a great job getting to the rim. She's doing what she does best and just attacking. They can't stop her right now.
You talked about the knee issue she had freshman year. Kept her out of commission for nearly a full year. Bulky brace she had coming back. She said, I finally ditched it mid-game one time and said, I'm just going to live without it. And she's got all of the speed and agility back, working so hard. Younger sister Serenity had a knee issue same time, came back way faster, said that weighed on her a little bit. As Lynn gets the twisting bucket on the inside, Lehigh regains the lead. With Trinity Hardy in full effect in her senior campaign. And a big reason Army is in the position it's in.
Well, Lehigh is really making it tough here. They have an answer each time.
Hand in there from Albrecht out high. And Hardy hitting the deck. They're going to get a foul call on Lehigh on the interior.
Trinity Hardy, who has been tremendous at getting to the rim. She has 3 players around her. And they called the foul.
And they called it on Fandre. Saw the deflection there from Albrecht. Not a lot of contact there. Army will keep it. There's 2 team fouls on each squad.
30, Kaya Smith, her third, team sport.
1:05 left to go here in the third quarter. Hostick will come back in.
Oh, this is a mismatch here.
And Sisselman capitalizes.
That's the way to do it. That's what Lehigh needs to do more of. Try to create mismatches, and it's rare that Reese Erickson switches like that.
How about the and one? What a take for freshman Brooke Wilson to finish and have the chance for the three-point play.
Tremendous job. She goes hard to finish this one. It's a tremendous downhill ability right there. Good body control with the finish. And Coach Traversey calls her an absolute firecracker. And gives that little extra oomph.
Foul on Sato, her first. The teams with 4 here in this third quarter in the foul category. Wilson too strong on the free throw. Sato coming back to get it. Stemmer left open. That's a mistake. Player that had a school record 10 threes in one game, 37 points at Pitt, delivers a killer triple here at the end of the third.
She's got the 7th most three-pointers in program history right there.
About 3 seconds between game and shot clock. Hardy at the controls. Tied up. Albrecht got it. Looking to try to call timeout, did she? Let's see if they gave it to her or not.
Addie Messier liked that timeout, or she's using it.
And Lehigh does get the timeout. 3PJ with his long, successful, profitable NBA career.
Yeah, I'd say. And he's one of the best mid-range shooters in the NBA, if you ask me. Tremendous success.
So they added 0.3 back to the clock after getting the timeout call from Albrecht. Who's got it in her hands. Kick to McQuillan. The heave. Offline.
not just train for basketball, but instead for battle. Coach Traversi told me earlier that freshmen take boxing as part of their military prep, and all of their athletes are on their feet from 6 to 8. With 14-hour days of training, academics, and hoops, their commitment is next level, and it translates on the court. Jason, I'll send it back to you.
Paige, thanks. Missy Traversi and a lot of the folks at the Academy always talk about the journey, 47 months long from start to finish for all the successful finishers of the rigors of getting a degree at West Point.
And Reese Erickson told us they go in gas chambers. They sleep in the woods in the rain, and she was in the woods this past summer, and they understand each other when they have a tough day. Let's put it that way.
And understanding their larger role in life, but galvanized together for country and for their class and basketball right now. And given their all in this final, Stemmer able to use patience there for Lehigh to finally find success and a path to the bucket.
Ella Stemmer has really found her rhythm here late, and she's helped them peel away. It's been the patience of the Mountain Hawks. They're getting what they want offensively.
Only Lehigh player in double figures. She's got 12. Great pass. Hostick setting up Tade, who has a game-high 17.
A good movement without the basketball. It's important to go to space, and Tade did that.
Army looking for some stops. Kaya Smith trying to defend, will pick up the personal. That's her 4th foul.
Alice Stemmer finding that speed off the dribble here with the finish. And then at the other end, nice dribble handoff situation there between the Army Black Knights and, of course, Kaya Smith doing a great job there.
She'll sit. Montrose returning for Army. We'll see how long Missy Traversi keeps their leading rebounder on the bench. In that size ability for Lehigh, a lot of their primary starters 5'10" or taller. Finally wearing down Army, and Albrecht at 6 feet with position and a put away inside.
Second time they've gone at Reese Erickson on the switch. That time they recognized it with Albrecht. And that's where they're really succeeding. They're pinpointing who's got the mismatch.
Largest lead for Lehigh was 11 of the second quarter. Stretch back out here to 7. Closing in the 8-minute mark of the 4th. Hardy pulls the trigger on 3. It's Tade, super active again. 6th offensive rebound for the Black Knights. Hostick gets it to go. Time X and O's coach.
She comes from Princeton.
Yeah.
And you know, her offense reminds me a little bit of the Princeton style offense. And, you know, she told us, quote, we're a bunch of nerds, a bunch of smart people, engineers, business people, but we really have a good time, and they have a fun system to play it.
Yeah, certainly it's worked out. The threes haven't been as devastating as they can be and as they were against Army in the regular season when they hit double-digit triples in both. Just 4 of 13 from long range in this game, but they keep exploiting the matchups as you're talking about.
Yeah, that's been key, and they're taking what the defense is giving them, and that's just smart basketball, and it shows what kind of versatility as a team they have. Nice job, good look into Albrecht. And she starts to get herself going here into double figures.
Missy Traversi turning back after her team left an open. Albrecht hit the bucket. First team all-league player now has 13. Top scorer for the Mountain Hawks again. Good rebound there for Lynn.
And Army's gone a little cold here offensively. They've done a better job on Trinity Hardy, who hasn't gotten herself looks here as of late.
Lehigh's been lighting it up. Hit 10 of its last 11 shots from the floor have the Mountain Hawks. Albrecht seeing the opening on the inside. Montrose able to strip it away. 6 left to shoot.
You saw they tried to isolate Albrecht on that left side. Had a little bit of an overload on the right to try to give her that opening.
Kaya Smith with the 4 personal fouls comes back in here with 6:44 left to go. O'Brien returning for Lynn. They do get it in. Levette in the corner, and she'll attack the baseline. And if that's on Kaya Smith, that'll be the game. Excuse me, it's on Tade. That's her second. And one more, and Army will put Lehigh on the line here the rest of the way in the court. And that'll be an offensive foul. Fandre trying to get position. And Army holding strong defensively.
Lily Fandre here just trying to get her opportunity on the paint, just moves that right elbow in, and that's the right call. Kind of whacks Cameron Tade. But you can see that that was a mismatch again, and they were trying to utilize it, pick it apart.
Hardy back out for Tade. Levette screaming over to touch it out. Both teams superior hustle, just a ton of deflections in this game. Nothing has come without some pressure.
Lehigh's put a next level defensive effort in here these last few minutes.
Erickson on the curl and shoot three has not had a lot of opportunities to pop shots from beyond the arc. Just her third triple drop. And the league leader in made threes this year. Foul will be on Hostick, trying to track McQuillan. It's the third on Hostick. Sisselman returns for Fandre. Taylor Wilson, Soleil Montrose both returning for Missy Traversi. Both teams using a lot of personnel. 10 deep for Army. 11 have played for Lehigh. McQuillan now with 9. 4 of 5 from the floor, and her first free throw made for Addie Masood. One of 2. Lehigh 7 of 9 at the line in the game. Army 4 of 5.
Army's got to find an opportunity here to score.
Black Knights just 2 of 5 here in the fourth quarter from the floor. Erickson trying to feather it to the inside for Smith and take it away.
Too much east-west there from Army. You've got to try to go downhill, north-south a little bit.
Entry, O'Brien. Great position, McQuillan with a delightful dime.
Too easy for Lehigh. 12-4 run here. Army's not been able to stifle this run. Nice patience from Lehigh.
Third bucket for O'Brien. Third assist for McQuillan. Possession arrow favoring Army. This is an awesome look.
Yeah, and you've got to love the unselfishness of McQuillan, and that's just her basketball mind, her ability to see the floor. Just, she's one of those players that watch a lot of film. She loves to watch basketball. You can just see that she's a basketball mind in that regard.
Lehigh's pushed it out to double figures again. Montrose in attack mode. Good hands from McQuillan. Out of bounds off of the Lehigh senior.
But good hands here. I mean, this is the kind of hands that you've got to have, in the passing lanes, in the grill of the offense. She does it without fouling.
Lehigh looking for its 5th Patriot League tournament title, first since 2021. Army bidding for its 4th in Patriot League history, trying to get back to the NCAAs for the first time since 2016. Smith, one and done. Albrecht the rebound and into the front court. Mountain Hawks working some clock. Fandre whips it inside for Sisselman. Hardy with the hands. And the 6-footer gets it done over the 5'8" Trinity Hardy.
That's been right in her wheelhouse here. They have been picking apart the mismatches here against Army inside. They have really taken advantage of their size. Addie Messier told us they were going to try to do that. They didn't do it till the second half.
Hardy trying to end that scoreless drought, which has come at a most inopportune time for the Black Knights. Fandre. Timeout Army. 6'4", hustled over here to Stabler Arena to root on their squad. Army did the same thing yesterday. The women got here before their practice as Hardy goes strong to the bucket. She'll head to the free throw line. They went over and watched Joe Albarisi, the Army men's lacrosse team, stay unbeaten. Top 5 team in the country, that program, with a win against Lehigh. You know this too, Julian. At Marist, again, a smaller institution, again, all the teams and those relationships, they really root for one another.
Oh yeah, it's huge. You get that support, that smaller feel.
Hardy able to stick it. Again, the lone senior on this team. She is branched quartermaster, which is a lot like logistics in the Army. She'll head to Fort Riley in Kansas after graduation in the spring. Hoping to extend her terrific career. Levette back in. O'Brien shuttles out. Montrose went for the steal. Lehigh able to push it to the front court. Double-digit lead. And the clock on the Mountain Hawk side.
Yeah, they're going to take their time here. They don't need to take a tough shot.
Underneath, Fandre cutting in position and the hoop.
And that could not have happened better. They killed a lot of clock off the shot clock, and then they got the look they wanted underneath.
Flash to the corner from Wilson for Tate. Hostic, what a cut. Great pass from Cameron Tate, who's been remarkable here in this game.
Fiona Hostic hasn't really gotten herself going here as much as they've needed to. They've needed her to have a big performance. I mean, you guys made it difficult for the paint.
Hostic with her 3rd field goal. Or check it, her 2nd. 2 of 8 shooting and 5 points. Sisselman, who's provided some good minutes, production off the bench for Lehigh. Quillen at the free throw line. Army trying to keep hope alive here with less than 3 minutes left. But it doesn't help when Lehigh is 2nd in the nation at hitting free throws at over 80%. 9 of 11 from the stripe of the game. Hardy has it tapped out. 2:34 left to go. Wilson cutting through and fouled going to the bucket. Part of a sister story. Taylor came first and Brooke followed. Won a state title together at Archbishop Carroll in the Philadelphia area. Missy Traversi telling the story of when Taylor, the older sister, came on her visit. Brooke was kind of quiet. It was her sister's kind of time. And then she actually went to the girl's parents to say, hey, we want to recruit Brooke, and didn't tell Taylor. And then when it was the time to give her a scholarship, called Taylor to give her the news.
Yeah, she didn't want to assume her sister wanted to go there, so she didn't ask about it on the visit, but it came up that she did want to go there, and it made perfect sense, a perfect recipe for her. It's not often you get to recruit sisters. I would have liked to play with my sister in college. I think it would have been cool. I played with her in high school, but positioning did not work out.
Erickson checking out. Kai Smith returning. And if this result holds and Lehigh is able to finish this off, Addie Messier's group will get back to the NCAA tournament. And we talked with her. In this day and age, you don't always keep all of your returning group. And Lehigh was able to do it. You mentioned it before, kind of the overall recipe for success for Lehigh with the group of nerds as she comes with rivals. And for Missy Traversi, most of this group back. And just the lone senior Hardy, who has her mitts on another one. To the corner. Erickson launching. Can't hit. Fandre has the rebound in contact there with Tade. And will walk to the other end.
Yeah, you can't say enough about Army's season and just the way they don't give up. And of course, Lehigh's made it really difficult here in the second half with their matchup problem. I think this is a tough matchup for Army, and they battled them hard. They just had a little more size here.
Fandre able to hit the first. And Julianne, if you forecast ahead for Lehigh in the NCAA tournament, if you've looked at any of the bracket projections, in maybe a 15 seed, and with their size, their shooting ability, and the chance to make free throws in a tight game, they could be problematic for a lot of folks.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to face them for sure, because they're also very fundamentally sound, well coached. I wouldn't want to face Lehigh in the tournament. They could really surprise someone.
Erickson inside for Smith. And a block called on Lehigh. Getting the non-conference for the Mountain Hawks. Resounding win at Northwestern. In their first ever win against a Big Ten program. They hit 18 threes in the game. And you touched on it. In league sometimes, especially when you're playing a team for the third time of the year, opposition knows you so well as Hardy goes strong, counted in the foul. But a challenge for seeing a team for the first time of the way they play. We'll see if that's a problem for a team potentially in the tournament.
It can be, as you see Trinity Hardy again get to the teeth of the defense there, but it really is a little more difficult when you get to the tournament. Teams don't know you at all. They haven't seen you play. They can go and watch some film on you, of course, but it's not the same as when you're in league play. You know players so intricately well. So sometimes you find that surprises take place. You just have to win one game, and then you move on in the tournament.
Lehigh basketball after the missed free throw for Hardy. Again, trying to maximize what could be the final seconds of her basketball career. Ostick with her fourth. Sisselman at the free throw line. In a veteran group for Lehigh, hoping to take the next step into the NCAA tournament.
At the line for Lehigh, number 2, Remy Sisselman.
Levette ready to come in here from McQuillan, who's going to get a healthy ovation.
Sisselman will shoot 2.
And Sisselman at the strike. of 16 as a team now for Lehigh.
They've really gotten it done at the line, and just getting to the line, that was just huge for Lehigh.
The energy of this Lehigh group been there. Addie Messier says from the start of the year. Hardy can't hit. Sisselman another rebound. Lehigh will walk it out. Shot clock off. And the Mountain Hawks and their fans begin to celebrate. Impressive wins in the non-conference. A first place showcase in the regular season. And now a tournament title on